Hi guys, I hope you are doing great right now and you will enjoy my videos that I made for you. I made this video in both languages, in German as well as in English. Which one you'd like to hear, you can just click on one of these links down below. That was it, have fun with the video. Hello people, welcome to my very first review on my channel. Today I show you guys the game Playerunknown's Battlegrounds. Let's start with the table of contents. I will tell you guys everything what you need to know about the game. But if you feel like you don't want to know everything or you already know a lot, you can skip to a certain point of the video. I will link you everything to that in the description down below. Whatever. First I will tell you some information about the game, then I will list you the pros and cons and finally the conclusion whether if it's worth to play PUBG. So let's get started with the question, what kind of game is Playerunknown's Battlegrounds? PUBG is a last man standing shooter, aka Battle Royale, where you have to find weapons and equipment to be able to mess up with other players. How you should already know, there are a few other Battle Royale games like H1Z1 or the Arma 3 mod, where also the developer of Playerunknown's Battlegrounds was active. But in his opinion, H1Z1 was way too arcade and Arma 3 was way too realistic, so he thought like, why shouldn't I create a game with both things? And voila! Playerunknown's Battlegrounds came on the market and worshipped with the boys from Boohoo. The game meanwhile has two maps for now on the official servers. One is called Erangel, where you can find a lot of mountains and natural landscape, and the other one is called Miramar, which is in the desert. Both maps have small and big cities and both are completely different in design. Not like in H1Z1, you can choose when you actually want to jump out of the plane. Thereupon there is once a red zone, where you should not walk around because they are raining bombs from the air wherever, and moreover there is a blue zone, where you constantly get an amount of damage, as long as you're in this zone. So you should better always go as fast as possible to the safe zone, because the safe zone gets every time smaller and smaller, so that the game will end. So, that was some information all about the game. Now I will tell you something about the pros and cons of the game. The positive aspects. PUBG is a multiplayer game in which one you can play in a group of 4 people. In addition, there are always different situations because the safe zone is always placed differently. There are almost always funny people in the all chat that you can even play with afterwards. I already made a cool experience at this point. The design of both maps are incredibly beautiful and it makes a lot of fun to explore them. The game is really realistic, both in weapons and the damage you suffer through them, or even the sounds that the enemy players make. There are regularly updates in addition with new content. The best example for that is the new map or the new function that makes you able to climb. There is no queuing time thanks to the 3 million players who are online. You also have an option to choose between the third person and the first person mode. The negative aspects. There will be some big lags on the server where you can probably not even be able to move properly at the beginning of a session. But I have to say that they have been working permanently on that order to fix that, so you can already feel some improvements in-game. Another point is that you need, in quotes, a good computer to be able to play the game lagless. But if you want to know more about such kind of stuff, I would be gladly produce more videos for you guys, where I can show you my in-game and reshade settings and so on. But I will still want to write you my PC specs in the description down below. Least but not last, I'd like to point there will be still some bugs in the game which can be pretty disturbing sometimes. Well, that was it with the pros and cons, so let's get started with the conclusion. So let's talk about the question at the beginning of the video. Is it worth to play or even to buy PUBG? So, in my opinion, PUBG is a very good game with a very high addiction and fun factor. You can play it alone or even with your friends, whereby the fun increases again. Yeah, I know there are sometimes performance issues or lags because of the server, but the developer worked in time manner to fix it for all of you guys, so that everyone will be able to play it. Overall, this game delivers everything what you expect from a battle royale kind of game, so go ahead and just buy it. But before you're doing that, you'd better check the computer requirements whether they're suitable for you. I would be very interested in your first experience from the game, so don't hesitate to drop your comments in the section down below. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. That was it. Until next time.